Hi friends, I'm Michaela. I'm basically brand new to YouTube, so please be gentle, but today I'm just doing my everyday makeup look. It's very like natural, glowy, kind of like your skin but better, although I used a lot of products to get to this point, which is kind of sad. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. So I just use like, I don't know, a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I use my finger to dot it around everywhere. And then I still have like a little bit left over on my hand, but that's what I use to build up the coverage. And then I just go to town. And then whatever's left on the back of my hand, I'll just take on the sponge. And I have some like hyperpigmentation on my cheeks that I could use more coverage on. And some blemishes on my chin. And then I'm gonna move on to correcting my under eyes. I have super dark under eyes. So I'm just gonna take, this is the PIXI Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. I just take it on a little bit on my ring finger, and I kind of, whenever I'm working on my under eye skin, instead of like dragging my face down like that, I just look down into my mirror and look up, and it spreads that skin out. I like to really work it in because it's a really thick, creamy product. So if you don't really work it in, it just kind of sits on top of the skin and it just like allows it to not really mesh well with the concealer that you're going to put on top of it. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light Warm. I just use a little bit on my under eyes because they crease really easily, and just cover up whatever blemishes or hyperpigmentation I have left over after the foundation. And then same thing, I just kind of blend it out with my finger, but then I'll like smooth it all out with my beauty blender. And I kind of leave it on my blemishes and like dark spots because I like with a liquid concealer like this, I find that it's best to let the pigment kind of like set up on your skin before you go in right away and blend it out. And then I just go in with the tip of the beauty blender and just kind of like press it in, and whatever is left over I just take on my lid. Then I'm gonna go in with this is an IT Cosmetics concealer. I think this is like a, what is it? Blending concealer brush number 203, and just kind of blend out the concealer. And then before I start creasing on my under eyes, I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light on this is a Real Techniques, I think just setting brush, I don't know. I've had this for like 3 years, these brushes, like Real Techniques brushes are amazing. And same thing, I just look down with my face and look up with my eyes. And then I bring it up on my lid as well, just because I have super hooded lids, and if I don't set them, they get really oily and creasy throughout the day. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX No Filter finishing powder, and I have it in the shade Porcelain, again on that Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm just gonna kind of go over where I used the setting powder to kind of give my skin some life back, because setting powders I find normally make it very matte, and I like the look of like more skin-like finish, not like matte. And then I'm going in with a Morphe E3, and I'm just gonna go on my cheeks and a little bit on my chin. So for bronzer, I'm going in with the Real Techniques Instapop face brush, and I'm going in with the Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. clever. I'm just gonna take it on my cheekbones. And I like to press it in because I don't actually set my whole face. So if I do a lot of sweeping, I'm just gonna brush away all of the foundation I just laid down. So same thing over here, just pressing it right onto my cheekbone, because that's where the sun is gonna hit it. If I ever go out in the sun, that's theoretically where it would fall, is right on the cheekbones. And then I'm gonna take a little bit up onto the temples, blend it into the hairline, because nothing is more natural than a tan hairline. And then just on the very tip of it, I'm gonna just dust it in the bronzer and just go on the bridge of my nose and kind of press it out over my under eyes and like the very apples of my cheek, because again, that's where the sun would naturally hit it. So that's what I think is most flattering on me. And then I'm going in with the, I know this is an IT Cosmetics brush. I don't know what the name of it is. It's all rubbed off, but I'm sure it's like a blending crease brush or something like that. And I'm gonna take that on my bronzer as well and just kind of rub it, kind of run it over my orbital bone. Because with a hooded eye, I don't have a crease that I can blend stuff into. So if I want color to show up at all, it's gotta go up to my orbital bone. And then I'm gonna take, ooh, it's a little dirty, the MILANI Baked Blush in Luminoso. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe E4. I'm going to highlight, and I'm using a Morphe M501 for this. And I'm using the NYX Illuminator in the shade Ritualistic. It's like a white highlight with a gold reflect. I don't know, I just think it's like so pretty. I recommended this to my friend when I was working at Ulta, and just like over Christmas this last year, I finally like bought it for myself. And then I just take a little down the bridge of my nose. I don't do a tip of the nose highlight generally because I don't think it's very flattering on me. And then on the Cupid's bow. And then I go above my eyebrow, because I don't have like a dry skin type, but I'm very dehydrated. I live in a really dry climate, so my skin always looks like it's really dry. So I like to put glow everywhere. Just on my pinky finger, I take some and just place it right in the inner corner. Also on my pinky finger, I'll just take some right under my brow bone, just under the arch really. I don't do like corner to corner. So my brow routine is like dead simple. I'm just using the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I use it in the shade Taupe. And I just kind of like comb them down so I can see like the top. I really only line the tops. So I just kind of follow my natural shape. I have pretty like, they're not thick, but you can tell where my eyebrows are. So I just kind of follow their natural shape, just fill in the tail a little bit. Sometimes I'll like fill in over here because we all over tweezed in the 90s. And then I just kind of brush them up and out. So then I'm gonna go in with the Brow Stylist Plumper Gel Mascara in the shade Light Medium. And I just kind of run it through, starting at the middle because that's where most of the product is going to deposit. And then I'll kind of run the rest of it into the front of the brow. And I just kind of flick it up. I think a little bit of an untamed brow looks really cute. I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Photofocus Natural Finish Setting Spray. And then, just to make it a little extra glowy, I'm gonna use the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This, in my opinion, is not a setting spray. I think it's like way too glittery if you were to spray enough on your face to actually set your makeup. you're just gonna look like a glitter bomb, and it's like not gonna be cute. I mean, maybe it's cute on some people, but... So with this, I just put my hand in front of the middle of my face and I just spray on the perimeter. And I'm going in with the Revlon Mega Multiplier Mascara. This is a tubing mascara. It like tubes around each eyelash and then comes off with water. Don't go swimming on the first date, but it doesn't come off with your oil or your sweat throughout the day, so it does not transfer up here. And I don't do mascara on my lower lashes because I just think it looks a little crazy on me. If I'm doing like full eyeshadow and like the whole thing, then I might think about it, but day to day, it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna go over my lips with the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Tiramisu. This is what I look like every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!